Today, Donna Adelson is back in court today for a hearing. If you guys missed my stream yesterday where we covered all the major updates about Donna Adelson, when you're done watching the stream, go back and watch that video. Or if you haven't seen the hearing that happened a couple weeks ago, that was very interesting as well. Lots are happening in the Donna Adelson case. Her trial is set to start in June. So we're back today for a case management, and we're not using YouTube because I don't see Court TV or Law and Crime streaming it, but WCTV is streaming it, so that's where we're going to get our feed from. So hello everyone, how are you guys? I hope you guys are doing well. And yeah, let's start. We're a tiny bit behind because I just want to make sure I had a good feed, and I wanted to make sure the audio was good, and we weren't going to be sitting around waiting for a little bit. Oh, but you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to pull up the YouTube chat. So I'm going to start this. Oh, actually, before I start, I do want to mention this. I forgot to cover this document yesterday. Apparently, there was a private investigator that has been working with Donna Adelson for a little bit. However, the judge found that there was a conflict of interest. I think it might be similar to the attorneys that were, or the attorney that was representing Charlie Adelson, and then the other attorney that might have had some inside knowledge from Charlie's trial stuff, or basically any knowledge that that attorney got from Daniel Rashbaum, who was working closely with Charlie Adelson in defending him. The judge found that there was a conflict of interest with the two attorneys, and then I think the same thing happened now with the private investigator. So I think we have a lot to argue today. I'm assuming maybe, I don't know, I didn't see any written arguments by the state, because there was a lot of arguments that were made by the defense, a lot of motions that were filed. So I don't know if the judge is going to have the state argue it today. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. I think that's might be happening. Hi, guys. I don't have the YouTube chat up right now, but I can see you guys down here. Hi, Taxi. I don't have my glasses on, and so it's kind of hard to say. I see Joseph down there. Hello, hello. Let me get the hearing started, and then I'll pull up the YouTube chat. But hello. Hope you guys are doing well. Ooh. Wait, can you guys hear? Oh, you guys couldn't hear that. Okay. Let's try this again.
Souls are with me in the courtroom, as well as the state. Mr. Zellman or Ms. Fulford, whoever would like to go first, or Ms. Dugan.
Your Honor, first thing I want to address, I think it was last week before, Your Honor issued the order concerning the prior investigator. When we were first before the court in December, we were told that the defense would have the benefit of what already occurred. I certainly understand the conflict issues, but our client is being punished and prejudiced in her ability to.
Wait, what happened? Man, this is the worst live player ever. I hate this. Why is Court TV or Law and Crime? Why aren't they why aren't we streaming this? Do we not care about Donna anymore? I can't even rewind it. This is so annoying. Can I just do this?
Handle either.
I don't know. This is such a horrible player.
This week, if all parties are capable of handling it. State defense.
Just looking at my calendar, Your Honor, it looks like I'd be available. I could make myself available almost anytime Thursday and anytime Friday.
Ms. Dugan.
That should work. Maybe Thursday afternoon we could set something. If I could get with Ms. Kappelman, and we'll email Lynn this afternoon, would that be okay?
Contact Lynn to see what time on Thursday we can go ahead and address the issue.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Of the book.
Yes, sir. And then lastly, on the venue issue, we have the materials from our expert. I was hoping to file it last night, but I'm still finishing putting all of the materials together. We also have spoken with the state about their position on filing those materials under seal. That motion to file under seal and the proposed order is already done. I can submit those today when I get back to the office. And then the materials themselves, like to say tonight, but realistically, probably tomorrow.
Okay. Please file them as soon as you're capable. If there is no dispute from the state concerning.
Hold on a second. Okay, so we'll circle back and listen to the beginning because the live stream that I'm getting it from kind of sucks.
Whether it's under seal, you may do so.
It's better than nothing.
Ms. Kappelman indicated yesterday that there was no objection from the state, so that portion's already resolved.
Very well.
Everyone.
Do the parties need another case management before we get to the more substantive dates and the orders?
The state does not.
Your Honor, at this point, I don't think that we do. If something arises that we cannot work out amongst ourselves and we need to get court intervention, we will certainly contact your judicial assistant.
Well, let me briefly look at the order that was previously set. We're setting all of the dates and deadlines.
They're setting dates and deadlines right now, or maybe they're just like double checking everything, but there are there were some motions that Donna filed. I don't know if they're gonna be argued in court today. Because I noticed that the state hadn't replied yet in paper.
Pretrial is already preset by order for 5/16 at 9 o'clock. That will be the next date in which the matter will be addressed outside of any other motions.
5/16.
Unless either party has anything further to address, we'll be in recess for this case.
No, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That is the conclusion of the hearing. Have a good afternoon, everyone.
Okay, so no arguments or anything, but they did discuss the PI. So let me pull up the document for the PI stuff, and then I'm going to find another feed where the defense is going to argue a little bit about that, and then the judge, I don't know what happens because the feed kind of just cut off, and then it just skipped through to the end, which is kind of annoying. So let me see if I can pull it up really quick. Let's see. We have... I know I have it saved somewhere, I think. Give me a second. Donna Adelson, Adelson family, dissolution of marriage, motion to suppress, bond, Arthur hearing, transcript. Let me see if I can find it. How are you guys doing today? How is everything? We did a major update about Donna Adelson yesterday. Okay, so we have notice of taking deposition. Motion in limine. Let me just refresh it. See if there's anything new on here. Notice of taking depo. Motion in limine. Defendant's renewed motion in limine. Oh, order disqualifying investigator. We can take a look at this really quick. All right, it's all jacked up because... There we go. So let's read through this. I'm going to find another footage where the defense attorney is going to address it with the judge, and I don't know what else they talk about. So we have an order disqualifying the investigator. Like I'm saying, like, you know, things are not going Donna's way at all. She was hoping to have her trial back in October or whatever that was. She was hoping to, I think she wanted to have the trial earlier. That way, you know, when she was found not guilty, or so she thought, she would be sent home just in time for the Jewish holidays. But right when her trial was about to happen, or when they were going to do jury selection, Charlie Adelson was like, I don't want you using Daniel Rashbaum anymore. There's a conflict of interest here. This is a huge fucking issue. And so Daniel Rashbaum yoinked. And then the second attorney that's represented her subsequently yoinked. And now she has the private investigator that's been working with her yoinked. So Donna Adelson's like, shit, I'm screwed. This cause came before the court on defendant's motion for an in-camera examination of a defense investigator. The court, having met in camera with Kenneth Varnes, considered the motion the record developed on September 17, 2024. The relevant legal authority and otherwise being fully advised finds as follow. The court previously found the order disqualifying defense counsel dated October 7, 2024, a conflict of interest involving privileged information or communications being directly imputed from Daniel Rashbaum to Robert Morris. Based on the court's in-camera examination of Kenneth Varnes, the same conflict of interest was imputed to Kenneth Varnes. Without the establishment of a sufficient ethical wall between Rashbaum and Morris, the investigative task pursued at the direction of either attorney remained plagued by the same conflict. Current counsel's use of any information or reports from Kenneth Barnes would once again raise the conflict as well as the appearance of impropriety. So we have some cases that are being cited. Unimputing a conflict seems implausible as unringing a bell, unscrambling an omelet, or pushing a toothpaste back in the tube. Or the other hearing that I hear is shoving the shit back in the horse. Accordingly, for the above reasons, any reports or investigative work product of Kenneth Barnes cannot be used in the preparation of the defendant's case. Yeah, that's 2 months before Donna Adelson's supposed to have her trial. Good luck. Oh man, it is it's a tough one. Hey Mariah, hello. How are you doing today? How's it going? I hope you're doing well. Hi Baglade, hello. Tracy, Christine, Joseph, Michael Pickle, Alex, good to see you guys. What's going on? Hi Moondog, hi Go Lucky, hello. All right guys, so that is the order from the judge disqualifying the private investigator that's working with Donna and her defense team. And let me see if I can get a footage of the beginning. Eyewitness News. Oh, okay. Streamed 4 minutes ago. Wait, they have a YouTube channel? I could have just went to their YouTube channel and watched this. That would have been way better. Okay, I'm subscribed. Let's do this. Much better. All right, y'all. Could we just do a restart? We'll just pretend like the stream didn't happen, okay? Let's just restart. Hi, everyone. My name is Corky. Today, we're going to cover the Donna Adelson hearing. Let's go. All right, so I'm going to have the audio boosted up. This footage should be better, and then we should be able to pause it, rewind it, forward it, whatever it is that we need to do. All right, guys? You start with pre-K and AM working at your son's school for the most part. Oh, like not pre-K. Pre-K is like preschool, right? Right? K is like kindergarten.
Your Honor, first thing I want to address, I think it was last week before, Your Honor issued the order concerning the prior investigator. When we were first before the court in December, we were told that the defense would have the benefit of what already occurred. I certainly understand the conflict issues, but our client is being punished and prejudiced in her ability to defend herself, not based on her actions, but on the actions of her former attorneys. It's our understanding that one of the things that the investigator did was travel down to South Florida, take pictures, identify times of travel. We don't have those materials, and we're asking for an exception to the court's order to get those materials, not his reports that he generated from interviewing individuals.
The raw materials.
Just the photographs and those specific notes. And if we want to do it in the process where Your Honor makes sure that that's all that's being transmitted to us, fine, but otherwise,
what do you guys think? Do you think the judge is going to say yes? They just want the raw materials, not the report that was generated, just the raw materials. There were some photos that were taken, South Florida somewhere. I don't know what these photos are, though.
The client's going to have to go to the expense of hiring somebody to do that same exact task.
The problem with this, Mr. Zellman, is if in any way the conflict bleeds over, that compromises the trial itself.
Hear that sigh?
The whole point of stopping the trial, because of the conflict, was not to have to do this a second time. Your client
is screwed.
Your client did select who she wanted to represent her. There is a conflict issue tied up in that. At this point, untangling all that is ensnared by the conflict presents more issues. Does the state wish to be heard?
I would defer to your ruling since you did the in-camera review, Judge.
I think the state says I would defer to your ruling since something was in camera.
As to whether any raw materials that were obtained by the investigator could be used, I will give this additional consideration.
Okay, he'll think about it.
However, any report that he has made that remains subject to the ruling, him assisting with the defense remains subject to the ruling.
I mean, he'll think about it, but he needs to think about it like quick. Because if he says no, they have to scramble, find a new investigator, and that investigator has to start all over again. Oh, man. When is the judge going to decide by? If I was the defense, I'd be sweating right now. Like, oh, man. Because I would hate to go to a trial. You know, it's the trial. You're defending a client, and then you're just not as prepared as you want to be. Gosh, that must be tough.
Matters that you need to address. Go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. In December, you entered the order setting court proceeding dates and procedures.
Yes.
I've conferred with the state, and we have a few requests for changes in those.
Go ahead.
With respect to the discovery deadline, which is now set for Wednesday, April 30th of 2025, we would like the order to be amended, if Your Honor agrees, to say that deadline will remain. The exception would be if the parties agree to depositions outside of that date. We've had some problems with getting some depositions scheduled when everyone is available. We already have one set in May 14th, so we would like just the opportunity to hold depositions past April 30th if everyone is in agreement.
Ms. Dugan?
No objection.
Very well, the deadline will remain in place. As to whether this would affect any motions that would need to be heard, that would occur once the issue presents itself, but you may schedule the deposition if you need to.
Thank you, Judge. We also were requesting.
So depositions, again, apparently I think they already did Wendy Adelson this past weekend. They're going to be doing Catherine McManuel and Charlie Adelson within the next couple of weeks. And there's some other witnesses that I didn't know who they were. I did see that there might have been a relative of Katie McManuel as well, maybe a brother, uncle, I'm not quite sure. Hey, True Crime Curator, how are you doing today? So we were watching this live, but then the feed was kind of not great. So now we're going back and rewatching it so we can get the meat of it.
That because of the discovery.
If you need to.
Thank you, Judge. We also were requesting that because of the discovery issues, that we extend the pretrial motion filing deadline to May the 9th and to presenting the final witness and exhibit list to May the 13th. And the state had no objection to that either.
Ms. Dugan?
No objection.
Those dates then will be moved as requested by the parties.
Thank you, Judge.
Any other matters the defense needs to raise?
Your Honor, we had previously submitted a proposed order concerning the wealth evidence, and we had
Yes.
addressed it by email.
The wealth evidence? What's the wealth evidence?
With your judicial assistant in the state, and Your Honor indicated that we would address it here this morning. The purpose of submitting that is so that there is complete clarity on the court's ruling, that there's not an issue. We are not trying to get into a situation where we're having to seek a mistrial.
As to that, I reviewed the original order and also what was proposed. They didn't exactly coincide. Is there something in particular that you believe needs to be clarified based from?
You thought the attorney was Donna. No, I think Donna is appearing via Zoom. That's not Donna. Donna has new attorneys now. Zalman was the one that was speaking on the right side, and I forgot who the other attorney was. We got a whole new set of attorneys.
From the original order.
I don't think that there is. I think that there's a difference in opinion as to what the court's order meant.
I reviewed the transcript on that as well, and I believe as it went to the state presenting any evidence of motive, or specifically that Mrs. Adelson was somehow involved with the offer of money relating to the, I believe, relocation of the children.
Oh, is this the wealth evidence? Okay. Hey, Jamie, how are you doing today? What exactly is she charged with? Donna is charged with first-degree murder, solicitation to commit first-degree murder, and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder of Dan Markel. Hey, Nicole, how's it going? How are you doing today?
Was somehow involved with the offer of money relating to the, I believe, relocation of the children. That evidence would be permitted as far as any general evidence concerning her money, such as what her net worth was on a particular date. That was not going to be presented, but again,
I want to know.
as it relates to presenting evidence on motive, that would be presented. What is unclear about this?
I think that clears up the potential confusion, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Dugan, do you need to be heard on this point?
No, sir.
We've already filed 2 additional motions in limine. There are at least 7 more that we are still working on, and we are
7 more. Oh, man. So the 2 motions eliminate, just to repeat myself again, the motion eliminate, motion to suppress the storyline in Wendy Adelson's book, and then also the motion to suppress the divorce filings, either portions of it or entirely. These are the divorce filings between Wendy Adelson and Dan Markell.
We're hoping to get filed in the next few weeks. When we were here last, I had indicated that there was another motion to suppress. I'd hoped to file previously, but given the depositions that are scheduled, I want to wait until after those, in the middle of April, to get that filed, just to solidify some of the testimony.
Hey, Brian.
But that will be filed before the end of April.
Right. As to the motion in limine concerning the use of the book for impeachment, are the parties capable of handling this matter today?
Yes. Yes.
I've not prepared for that.
No!
We can, I believe that the state's stance is that much of that has already been heard before as well, but we could get with your assistant and set a time for that to be heard.
Go ahead, so that way that matter can be resolved somewhat quickly, I believe, compared to the other motions, but there should be, let me look at the calendar.
So I think what happened was, I think the previous defense attorneys that Donna Adelson had, I think they tried to exclude the book, and I'm assuming that wasn't successfully done. So now the new team of defense attorneys, they have renewed this motion to exclude the book again. By the way, I bought the book. So I bought Ruth's book. I bought Wendy's book, but Wendy, I bought it used because, I don't think the money goes to her directly. But yeah, I will let you know if my brain falls out. Hey, Salsa. Wendy's book is going to be very interesting to read. But I look forward to reading Ruth's book, though, which is Dan Markell's mother.
Probably handle either a 30-minute or 45-minute motion on that,
When?
even this week, if all parties are capable of handling it.
Yes, this week.
State defense.
Just looking at my calendar, Your Honor, it looks like I'd be available, I could make myself available almost
This week?
anytime Thursday and anytime Friday.
Yes.
Ms. Dugan,
That should work. Maybe Thursday afternoon, we could set something, if I could get with Ms. Kappelman, and we'll email Lynn this afternoon, would that be okay?
contact Lynn to see what time on Thursday we can go ahead and address the issue
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
of the book.
Yes, sir. And then
I think I can already hear Corky's brain leaking out of her nose. Oh my gosh, when I was in 6th grade and we learned about how they would do the entombing stuff of the pharaohs and how they would get the brains out and all that stuff. Oh my gosh, I was kind of traumatized. All right, so it seems like the 27th, 2 days from now, they are going to come back to argue the issues about the book. Just trying to figure out what time.
And lastly, on the venue issue, we have the materials from our expert. I was hoping to file it last night, but I'm still finishing putting all of the materials together. We also have spoken with the state about their position on filing those materials under seal. That motion to file under seal and the proposed order is already done. I can submit those today when I get back to the office. And then the materials themselves, I'd like to say tonight, but realistically probably tomorrow.
Okay. Please file them as soon as you're capable. If there is no dispute from the state concerning whether it's under seal, you may do so.
Ms. Kappelman indicated yesterday that there was no
She looks nothing like Donna, y'all. Nothing like Donna.
objection from the state, so that portion's already resolved.
Very well. Do the parties need another case management before we get to the more substantive dates and the orders?
The state does not.
Your Honor, at this point, I don't think that we do. If something arises that we cannot work out amongst ourselves and we need to get court intervention, we will certainly contact your judicial assistant.
Well, let me briefly look at the order that was previously set. We're setting all of the dates and deadlines.
As a mother, it's actually having a cathartic effect on me that the Adelsons are finally being held accountable. I just feel so bad for them because they just miss out so much on their grandchildren's lives. Not only did they lose their son, but essentially they lost their grandchildren as well. It's going to be really hard for them to reconnect with the grandchildren as teenagers or maybe as adults, but hopefully they can. I hope they'll be live alive long enough to be able to. Because, you know, right now, Wendy still has control of those kids. I think those kids are probably, what, like 13, 14, maybe 15 years old now? So that just makes me really sad. Like, it must just be so draining for them, stressful.
Looks like the pretrial is already preset by order for 5/16 at 9 o'clock.
Yep, got that on my
That
trial.
will be the next date in which the matter will be addressed outside of any other motions. Unless either party has anything further to address, we'll be in recess for this case.
No, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So I'm going to say, get that on my calendar, but I was looking at the word
At the
trial.
conclusion of the hearing, have a good afternoon, everyone.
Hi, Judge.
Let's move on with our other scheduled 2:30 matters.
Can you imagine growing up as a child and wondering if your sole parent is a murderer? Horrific. It's gonna be a lot of denial. A lot of denial. Because you never want to believe that, you know, someone that you really love might be responsible for the death of your other parent, who you probably imagine you loved when you were a kid. Although when you're like 3 and 4 years old, it's gonna be really hard to remember your dad. All right, y'all. So we will be back on Thursday, it seems. We're waiting for Georgia Cappleman to see what time they're going to meet on Thursday, but hopefully Thursday afternoon. So it won't be too early for me. That'll be great. They are going to argue about Wendy's book, whether or not they can use Wendy's book, I guess possibly against Wendy in cross-examination when Wendy testifies for the trial. So I think how it's probably going to go is Wendy's probably going to testify. And then if she says that, like, oh, I was happy living in Tallahassee. What do you mean? Tallahassee was great. I had a great marriage. I loved Dan Markel. Then in cross-examination, it's possible that I think the state would try to use it against her and say, well, didn't you write this book? There's so many coincidences in this book between the book and your life. For example, the one that I thought was fucking hilarious is that they live in Tallahassee and the location that takes place in the book is Hiawassee. It's supposed to be a fictional place, but it sounds just like Tallahassee. And the book talks about a woman who is an attorney, which is, you know, Wendy Adelson, unhappy with her life, with her marriage, and then she finds fulfillment through the work that she does with her job, working with human trafficking victims. And at the very end, I think she like adopts a baby and then like leaves the husband or something like that. I don't know. I haven't read the book yet, but I remember reading maybe like a summary about it. But you know, I got the book. I ordered the book on Thrift Books, so I'll let you guys know how that goes. Because I guess I am curious. Any possible game streams before Thursday? Yeah, I'm hoping maybe. Because honestly, maybe today. Yeah, maybe today. I can't put makeup on my face because I got like an eczema flare up on my face right now. I don't know if you guys can tell my face is like red. Sad thing, Wendy had their names changed from Markel and Adelson because of publicity. Adelson has more publicity. Well, I think before the publicity really blew up was I think Wendy and the family just wanted to just erase Dan Markel. Didn't they also change? I know that the last name was changed, but didn't they also change? Was there a middle name as well that was attributed to Dan Markel's family or something like that? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. These people are just. It just seems like they're really fucking evil. But we'll see what happens with Donna Adelson. She does have another hearing that will be in May, and you know that may sound like it's far away, but man, time just goes by so fast. It's wild. Before here, and well, I guess we'll have Thursday hearing for Donna Adelson, but we have a couple of Corey Richens hearings. Corey Richens hearings coming up in like within the next week or two. So that's gonna be a shit show. Fucking Corey Richens, dude. And then Donna Adelson's trial will start, and yeah, I don't know, a lot of stuff happening. All right, guys. That's pretty much it for today. Hold on. I wanted to see if... I don't think there's anything that's been uploaded to the court's website. This is Defendant's Renewed Motion in Limine, Storyline of Wendy Adelson's book, which I read yesterday. If you guys aren't caught up with that, feel free to watched yesterday's video that I uploaded, we went through a lot of stuff that was has been filed so far, and then some of the judge's orders. And I can't imagine Donna being happy. Notice of taking deposition. Again, Charlie Adelson's having his depo taken April 28. So they're going to transfer Charlie Adelson. Wait, where is Charlie? SD. Is that where they moved Charlie to South Dakota? I'll say San Diego. To South Dakota? Oh, yeah, all the way in South Dakota now. So they're going to transfer Charlie Adelson, Catherine McBanois when the trial happens. That way, I guess I can testify in person. Fun field trip. Fun field trip. Narcissistic and dirt yet. All right, guys. Well, today was just a very short hearing. That's about it. But I will see you guys on Thursday. I'll see you guys in 2 days when they argue the book stuff. I probably won't get the book by then, and I probably won't be able to read it by then, but it's okay. I'll do like a little mini recap for you guys a different day or something. I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for having me on the YouTube, the live streams in the background or whatever it is that you're doing. And I appreciate you guys. Again, we have the Donna Adelson playlist. Feel free to catch up to it. And then also we do have the Italy vlog that I have uploaded on the second channel. Feel free to check that out as well. It should be an end card on one of my recent videos. And yeah, check out the second channel if you guys want to. I separated all the vlog stuff from the court stuff. I used to have everything all in one channel, but then I think it's cleaner just to have it separate. I think that's better. Bye, Brian. Bye, Taxi. Bye, Christine. I hope you guys have a good one. Bye, Bagley. Bye, Jamie. And Salsa, Brian. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Sorry, today was just a very short stream. We covered so much yesterday that, yeah, I don't really have too much for today.